Hello and good morning, everyone. Now let's take a look at page 74 in your English book, Arrival in the Burren. Now, arrival is already a new word. Well, you probably know the verb to arrive, so to arrive and arrival are linked. Then we have weird. Now, weird is like strange or bizarre or something like that, so strange. Then a vampire, almost the same word in German, you know, those big guys with teeth who want to bite you and drink your blood. Then horse ride, you probably know horse and ride, so just put it together and you're riding on a horse. Then we have count and countess. Now, you know, count is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, so counting. But a count is also a title, like a duke or in German Graf. So count and countess, Graf and Gräfin. Then to be alive, you are all alive. The opposite of that is to be dead. Or be dead. You already know dead. Then an argument is, we already said that, if you fight with someone, but fighting with words. Then if you stare at someone, you open your eyes and you look at him or her all the time, and you never let him go or her, so you stare at him. Then to starve, if you don't have anything to eat, you probably starve, and in the end you die. Then to unpack, if you have a suitcase or a rucksack or a backpack or anything, you can pack it first and then you unpack it. So the opposite of this is to pack. Then God, I only took up this word because God is a capital letter. Okay, then beneath the text you have, at page 74, you have exercise 2, Lewis and Aisling. Of course it says make groups of 4, and we would have done that in class, but yes, there is no class, so no groups of 4. Now, in the first one, they want you to tell why Lewis calls Aisling a vampire. Now, this is only due to her looks. So as you can see, she has in the picture too, she has black clothes, black hair, rather white skin, and Lewis probably knows about vampires from films, so he says, well, she could be a vampire. Then in B, what we know about Aisling and her family. Well, we already know that her father is dead, because she says when Dad was still alive or something like that. She has to help her mother. They keep having guests, so they probably run a hotel, and they often have arguments because, well, probably Aisling doesn't behave the way her mother wants her to. But anyway, then in C, what Aisling dislikes or likes about her life in the Burren. Well, what she definitely likes is writing Raven. As Raven is capital, we know that this has to be either a person or an animal. Now, it's very likely that it's an animal, so probably a horse, because we know they have lots of horses. She also likes listening to music, but maybe not too loud because there are guests and she might disturb them. Then we have writing in her diary. Well, that's what she does there, because we always see Tuesday, 15 April, and 127 days since Dad died. So this is probably an extract of her diary. Then what she dislikes going on horse rides with the guests, because usually the guests, well, they can't ride or they get on her nerves. She doesn't like being stared at, so when people look at her for too long, then she doesn't like that she can't do what she wants all the time because there are guests and she has to take care of them. And finally, in D, what Aisling thinks of the new guests. Now, what Aisling thinks of the new guests, they sound funny. They are from Dublin, but they don't. But they're not like Dubliners. They don't sound like Dubliners. Then the boy talks more than he writes, and she hopes they can ride horses, and the boy won't talk too much on the ride the next day because she can't stand that. Right, that was page 74, exercise 2. For exercise 3, there will be no solution because I want you to write that dialogue yourself. If you do that, please hand it in. If you don't do that, we'll talk about it once there is school again. Have a nice day.